Hey everyone, and welcome back to our review podcast of The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 11. I'm your host JK, and I'm here with my mate Dave.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And well, let's get right into it.
Another episode in the books.
Oh yeah, and this time it was actually good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was more of a human episode, so it was about Eugene and Dwight, and not so much about those mystical...
Loser crew?
Yeah, our mystical scavenger friends that Rick ran into in episode 10.
We first start off with Fat Joey lying dead on the ground.
His head has been bashed in by Daryl, and that happened like about on the season finale, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So we're finally back to the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Dwight runs out, he sees Fat Joey dead on the ground, and he notices that a particular bike is gone, and I think he knows instantly that it was Daryl that's killed Fat Joey, and he's on the run. He runs back to the room. They were keeping Daryl in, and he sees that he's gone, and he probably thinks to himself, oh fuck. And to make things worse, Negan is coming back from Alexandria with a truckload of stuff.
Oh yeah. When Dwight went back to his room, he found a little note. The note that was left to Daryl that said go now with a key. So he found the note that said go now.
And he found Daryl's clothes on the ground as well.
Yeah, his room was a mess.
Yeah, so he knew it was Daryl for sure, and he was just sitting in his room.
Minding his own business.
Probably, yeah, he was sitting in his room just waiting for the punishment because Daryl was his responsibility, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he gets a knock on the door, and guess what? He gets the shit beaten out of him.
Damn.
Yeah, he gets thrown back into the, what do you call that?
Easy street room, I'd say.
Oh yeah, Easy Street.
Yeah, he's in there for a day or two, and Negan comes to talk to him about what just happened, and we find out that Sherry, Dwight's, well, I was about to say Mrs., but he's, Negan's Mrs., I guess.
Yeah, Negan's wife.
Negan's wife.
Dwight's ex.
Yeah, she's missing.
And so everyone suspects that it's her that let Daryl out. Negan sends Dwight off to find Sherry. Dwight goes off and he finds the house I suppose they used to live in, or maybe they shacked up in after the world ended.
Yeah.
And he goes there and finds a letter which basically says, the person you are is gone because of my actions.
And Negan.
Yeah, so basically Dwight, the person he used to be, is dead, so...
But it was interesting because he remembered the beer and the pretzels.
Mm.
And he left them there. Do you think he was leaving them there so he should pick them up, or just he brought them because he remembered?
Oh, wow, good pickup. I didn't pay much attention to that. I just assumed that he brought those just to have a party, by himself, like get away from the sanctuary and, reset, I guess.
Fair enough.
I wonder what would have happened if he had found her.
Very interesting, would he have killed her? Would he have escaped with her? Would he have took her back?
I would have put good money on that he would have got her and got as far away from the sanctuary as possible. There's no way he's killing his ex-wife. You can still tell that he holds a flame for her.
Yeah, definitely.
After that,
he returns and he goes up to Negan, tells her that he's killed her.
That's not going to end well, is it?
No, they're going to find her.
Yeah, that's not going to end well. It's going to backfire on him.
But he did, I don't know what you call it. He not really snitched, but he got the doctor in trouble, made them think it was the doctor.
He got the doctor in trouble is definitely an understatement. He got the doctor killed.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on that a bit later when we talk about Eugene's story.
Yeah. Starting with Eugene's story. First thing we saw was him getting out the back of a truck, and, well, he's at his new home now.
I guess so. And he looks petrified.
Oh, yeah.
He is a bit of a coward, it would appear. But the weird thing is that he was shitting his pants. That lady with the tattoo on her neck was walking him through the corridors of the sanctuary, and he thought he was going to go somewhere really bad, and it probably blew his mind when they opened the door and he's got his own room with his own bed,
and
fridge.
Bees in the fridge, fresh vegetables.
So they're really good at recruiting, I guess, the saviors. They knew who they had in their hands. They had this guy that was a wimp, And they didn't need to break him down like with Daryl, because Daryl was strong-minded and, was going to resist at every turn.
Yeah.
And not go with the saviors. But Eugene's a different story.
Negan takes Eugene out into the walker yard, the courtyard, whatever it is, and he starts interrogating him, testing his knowledge.
What does he call him? Smarty Pants?
Yeah, Dr. Smarty Pants, I think.
Or was it Smart Ass? I can't remember.
Arsehole, that was the one. But we find out that Eugene supposedly has a PhD in biology and, I don't know.
Everything else under the sun.
Else. Negan does ask him how to fix his walker problem. Those walkers were starting to come apart, and Eugene says, molten metal.
Yeah, melted metal. Pour it over their head. Make a little shield on their head like a helmet, and pour it over the body. Attach them to the fence.
Yeah.
And I think Negan was quite impressed with that. So much so that he offered Eugene a non-sexual night with 3 of his wives.
Damn, that's a pretty big night,
That is definitely a challenge, I think, for Eugene to have 3 lovely ladies in his company.
Yeah, definitely. But, skipping to the night, we later find out that when they're talking amongst each other, Eugene, he says something about being a doctor, and he was, he brought up a lie from the past about some sort of...
He says that he's a part of the Human Genome Project. And I believe that was a lie that he perpetuated when he first met Abraham to keep Abraham going on. I know how to fix this problem. Let's get to Washington. And that gave Abraham purpose. But he's brought this lie up again. I don't know, to impress the girls or to perhaps keep himself alive again.
They ask him if they could show him, a few experiments, and he takes them outside, blows up a few balloons or something, and causes a chemical reaction, which causes a bunch of, foam that spurt out of a tube.
Yeah, and you got to think, in the post-apocalypse, that would be pretty cool. You got no entertainment, so...
Well, I don't know. The Sanctuary is a pretty high-tech place. Where do they get all their electricity from? We see when he's in his room, he's playing video games, like...
Where? I don't think we've seen that yet. I'm going to assume solar panels.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. So anyway, so we got the wives. We got Blondie, we got Black, who's got black hair, and we got the lady with red hair. Red. Apologies, I don't remember them mentioning them names. But anyway, the next night, Red and Black come back and ask our friend Eugene if he can make some pills to help Blondie commit suicide because she can't handle being a wife of Negan and she's just drinking and she's depressed all the time.
Eugene actually goes down into the storerooms and demands the medicines, chemicals, materials, whatever, to use. And it's pretty interesting because I feel like this is the first time he actually has power. And I think he feels very good about actually having power, which is very, very interesting.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that his character is growing a pair. I think he's in survival mode, to be honest. He's going to do what he's got to do to survive.
I don't know, I think he likes it at the Sanctuary because
he's important.
Yeah, he's important. And he's got a high role and he's very high up in the hierarchy.
So let's end off Eugene's story, alright? The girl with the tattoo on her neck takes Eugene to the factory where the furnace is, and we witness...
The ironing.
Yeah, and we're not sure who it is this time because there's no one sitting on the seat like the last time we saw. But surprise, surprise, Negan hits the doctor in his arm. Why did he do that?
Well, Negan found a particular note, something that we touched on at the start of the podcast, and the note was something from Sherry, which led Negan to believe that the doctor was the one that, let them both go.
So instead of getting ironed in the face, he ends up throwing the doctor into the furnace and the doctor dies. Which I think in the post-apocalypse, you got to keep your doctors alive, right? Because they're the most important person to have around besides a guy that's good with weapons.
Well, not unless you've got replacements.
Well, I hope they got replacements for the Sanctuary. The look on Eugene's face when he sees Negan throw the doctor into the furnace is one of shock and horror. He can't believe what he's seeing. After that, Black and Red knock on his door. They're after the 2 tablets of poison.
To which Eugene, says, yes, I've made them, but no, you can't have them. And why can't they have them? Because he knows they're for Negan.
I think this is actually very smart of Eugene not to do that, because if the poisoning goes wrong or right, I think he's screwed either way, because they'd blame him for making the poison.
Yeah.
I mean, the girls would probably get away quick smart with it. And after Eugene refuses Red and Black, they're like, we're going to tell Negan. And he's like, I'm not giving you the pills. And they leave. And no less than 5 minutes later, we get a knock on the door.
Oh, it's Negan. He's coming for revenge, or...
Yeah, well, Eugene didn't know, and he would be crapping his pants, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as Negan walks in, he asks him a question. And I think before Negan even finishes the question, Eugene's like, I'm Negan. I'm absolutely Negan. Always was Negan. Never knew it before, but I am Negan.
Jeez.
And I'm not sure what to make of that. Is Eugene just doing what he's got to do to survive? I don't know.
I think the big question is, when, Rick comes back or whatever, will he side with the Saviors or will he side with Rick? It's the $1 million question.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
To round off the episode, we see Eugene outside overseeing the process of the molten metal being poured onto the walkers to stabilize them.
To keep them intact, as per the
intact.
plan that he gave to Negan.
Yeah. And we see Dwight walk up to Eugene and they exchange a few words. And, Eugene even asks Dwight, do you remember our little confrontation?
All the while Eugene's biting on a pickle. And Dwight says he doesn't remember any of it.
But is that true? Is it his bad memory, or do you think he actually does remember it?
Oh, come on, man. Someone bites your cock. You're not going to want to remember that.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up.
And at the end, Eugene actually says, we are Negan.
Yeah.
To Dwight's response, he says, yep.
So, that's that rounds off the episode. So, I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is Eugene faking it to survive, or is he a total puss and he's Negan now?
Ooh, I think we'll see when Rick comes back, and we'll see if he sides with the Sanctuary or Rick. What do you think, Dave?
I think he's doing what he's got to do to survive.
Okay.
You can tell in the little things he does, like when he found out that they kind of got slaves at the Sanctuary with the chips, when the tattoo girl was first telling him, you can have any food you want. We've got someone that's got their own kettle, that makes their own chips. You can have it if you want. And when he found out that it was kind of slave labor, he didn't want any part of that.
Okay.
And even when they went to the marketplace and she said, take a pickle, he didn't want to take it because he didn't feel comfortable with the situation with the slaves. I think he's got to do what he's got to do to survive. How about Dwight, man? What do you think's going on there? You think he's going to turn?
Ooh. In the end, I think he'll join up with Rick and, Daryl.
Yeah.
I think Negan will find Sherry, and she's alive. Mm-hmm. Shit's going to go down from there, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Sherry's going to come back into the fold. Dwight's going to leave. Any interesting thoughts?
I don't know. Were there any?
It was good to have a Eugene episode, I guess.
Yeah, it was... I really liked it. Even though it was a Eugene episode, we got to see a bit of character development. We got to learn a bit more about Eugene.
Definitely. And he does what he has to do to survive. He's not muscle and brawn and Bruce Lee. He's a brain.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Daryl who just refused to be called Negan.
That's right. All right, that's it.
All right, guys. That's the end of our podcast. Thank you for joining us. I've been James.
I've been Dave. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, and give us a comment.
Yeah, make sure it's hate mail.
But let us know what you thought of the episode, and we'll see you next week.